America's First News with Matt Ray is on the air.
And good Wednesday morning. America's First News continues on this 24th day of June, 34 minutes past the hour. New cases of coronavirus in the U.S. surging to the highest level in 2 months, according to figures compiled by Johns Hopkins University. The U.S. recording 34,700 new cases. They've been surging for more than a week after they'd been trending down for 6 weeks, and now models show the spread has accelerated since last week. So what does it mean for the economy as it continues to slowly reopen? Well, every Wednesday our guest is two-time Emmy Award-winning TV producer, marketing and branding expert. He built the Steve Harvey media brand, and he currently manages ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. Money-making conversations right here every Wednesday. Of course, that includes the pandemic and the recent civil unrest. Welcome, Rashawn McDonald. Good Wednesday morning.
Hey, man, and the pandemic expert. You can fly that to my title now as well, because
let's throw it on there.
It's just amazing what's going on here. And you've been bringing up something on the show, and I really delved into it, and I really understand what's going on with the testing. Asymptomatic. That's what this is really all about. The testing is really important when it comes to asymptomatic, because they show no symptoms of the COVID-19 virus.
No.
And they're out there passing the virus around. And that's why testing is important, because you identify the asymptomatic person, find out if they ever show symptoms, but also you quarantine this person so they won't go around infecting anybody. A classic example happened past week with comedian D.L. Hughley, who was in the movie with Steve Harvey and Bernie Mac and Cedric the Entertainer. He was performing live in a comedy club in Nashville, and he fell out on stage. Well, they thought it was due to exhaustion. Well, they did a COVID-19 test, and he's asymptomatic, which means that he showed no symptoms of COVID-19, but was passing the virus whoever came in contact with him. That's why this testing is so important.
Yeah, and we know in Florida, where cases are spiking, Governor Ron DeSantis is actually putting a lot of the blame on younger Floridians. And Rashawn, as you're well aware of, now they are penalizing businesses for not enforcing these strict rules. We did hear from a business owner who said the disconnect between federal, state, and local levels, a business owner in the St. Petersburg area, he said the disconnect has made Rashawn, has made closing, then he reopened, and then closing again very difficult. He said it was actually patrons that spread the disease to his employees, and they had to close again. Is this a common occurrence we're going to be seeing here until, I don't know, whenever?
Well, it's going to be common, because guess what? Nobody's giving anybody any clear direction. Let's use Texas as an example, where Governor Abbott overruled Judge Hidalgo in the Houston, Texas, Harris County area, where she was telling everybody to wear masks. She was shutting down the businesses and everything. And President Trump came to visit Texas, and Abbott made a big deal about this hairstylist and got her out of jail, and everybody reopened, and everybody was celebrating again, overriding the rules. Well, guess what has happened now? Texas is spiking over 5,000 cases, which exceeded Friday's record of cases. So it goes to business, which it goes to insurance, which means now that these businesses are opening, and if one employee shows any symptoms, they got to shut down and test all the employees. So with this inconsistency, the economy really can't flow forward, because there are no rules that is actually existing. There are no rules saying that it's protected. And the only way you're going to protect is if I have a vaccine. And as you heard yesterday when Dr. Fauci was speaking before the House Energy and Commerce Committee yesterday, he said that a vaccine won't be ready until December maybe, or the early part of 2021. So that's not going to allow any consistent business opening, any consistent lifestyle, and people should be wearing masks, Matt. They should be wearing masks. They should be washing their hands, and we see a huge disconnect with that in America today, where Europe is considering banning travel from America to Europe right now. They're considering it. They have not authorized it yet, but they are considering that.
Yeah. Rashawn, circling back to testing, which you touched on at the top, and the testimony of Dr. Anthony Fauci and the head of the CDC, Dr. Robert Redfield, both members of the coronavirus task force, said they are committing to increase and not slowing down testing. So quite the opposite. And we know with an increase in tests, we'll see an increase in cases, but we should not see that increase in hospitalization rates and ICU beds, which is what we are seeing.
Yes.
And President Trump said he wasn't kidding about slowing down about testing.
And that goes to what I'm saying. And then he got on the plane, went to Arizona, another hotbed for COVID-19 cases, and then he walked on stage with no mask. People had the option to wear masks or not wear masks at that church, and the church claimed they had some type of being that can cure people who walk through the door from COVID-19. So it's really, that's the root of our problem. Misinformation being led from the top. And because that allows that information to say is documented as real, then we have people like that fighting. Like I saw the commercial of the guy who tried to bully his way into Walmart and knock over the guy who was stopping him because he refused to wear a mask. It is so amazing, and I don't get it. I say this in an honest format to you, man. I don't get it. It's just a mask that will protect not only yourself, but will protect me. And if we're gonna say we don't want to kneel, we're Americans and we all are patriotic, and if you kneel on the flag, then you're ungodly. And guess what? To me, wearing a mask means that you're showing the same patriotism for me as a citizen. And that's where I'm at with this right now. And I really believe that we have to get that straight. And it's not going to get straight because it's being politicized. That's why they're saying, and that's why President Donald Trump stated that, hey, I'm not kidding. If you slow down the testing, you slow down the number of cases. That's not true. And that's what we're trying to tell everybody. Do not apply the two together. There are cases right in the hospital, and these people are coming in there not because they were tested. They're coming to the hospital because they have the actual virus. And that's a big difference, Matt.
Yeah. Rashawn, I have to ask you, we know Americans' entrepreneurial spirit is there, but as a business owner, are you concerned about what this might do to future small business owners and small business in general? Going forward.
Overall, let's talk about the country in general. I'm in the marketing, advertisement, live event space, and I do commercial and television production. Television is trying to ramp up. All second quarter media buys were limited. I'm talking about people like McDonald's and AT&T. They went from purchase my product to uplifting commercials. Well, they all thought in the third and the fourth quarter that, they'll be able to run commercials. So a lot of live events are now becoming virtual, online or social. So live events are going away. So the whole dynamic of going out in public or being seen physically is going to be tested. And guess what? NBA is coming back, no audience. Baseball is coming back, no audience. Football, maybe, maybe not. And we see the college football. I just want to say it's not so much just the small businesses. It's the country in general. When you have football teams in college saying they tested, like, I think 25 players at the University of Clemson, 6 players at the University of Houston, 10 players at the University of Texas. This is a phenomenon that is touching all layers, and people need to realize that and wake up and realize we are in this together, and we have to get tested, and we can't be playing jokes and be politicizing this by saying that testing is increasing the amount of COVID cases. No, the virus is increasing the amount of COVID cases.
Yeah, nothing political about wanting to protect your fellow American and their family. Rashawn, all of our conversations with Rashawn McDonald, Money Making Conversation segments, uploaded to Rashawn McDonald's YouTube page, his Money Making Conversations channel on YouTube. Rashawn, we'll do it again next week. We appreciate your time as always. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Always keep me posted, and I will deliver the news for you.
All right, that's Rashawn McDonald, Money Making Conversations right here on America's First News. You can follow us on Twitter or Facebook. I'm at Matt Ray Talk. Use the hashtag AFN. Use the hashtag AFN.